guys, it is a new week in review, and I just recently completed my computer science degree program. Um, I'm not going to continue on with school as of yet. I want to see if I can find a job in the IT field and go from there. I still plan on making these review videos, so if you are watching because you like to hear about comics or the different books I read, then keep on watching. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. The first book I read for this week is Thor and Loki Blood Brothers. And I don't know why this is called Thor and Loki, because it was just mainly books from a Loki miniseries. And this was made into like a live action comic. I remember seeing like at least half of this on Netflix. It was kind of interesting. They were animated comics. And it was literally this exact book. But this sheds a whole different, because I'll admit I'm not a big Thor fan. I haven't read too many Thor books. I've read a few, but I haven't really gotten into it. I mean, I know a lot of people after the Thor movies and after the Avengers were really super into Thor, but I never really got into them. This sheds a whole different light on Loki, exactly what his motivations are. He's more than just a trickster god, and it kind of reveals his origins. And I thought this was really good. And I did rate this 4 out of 5 stars. If you're a fan of Thor or the Avengers, you might really enjoy this too. It's worth picking up. Up next we have all new Hawkeye Volume 5. And this cover, I was always wondering what is with the little kid on the cover. But it kind of reveals the origin of Hawkeye and how he met the swordsman, I think his name is, and got trained by him in the circus. So it's like a dual story. It's like present day with a SHIELD mission and then background story. This is written by, I think it's written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by Perez, but I just thought this was just okay. Yeah, it was kind of hard to get into, and I only rated this one 3 out of 5 stars. It was alright. Hey, up next we have the Sandman Volume 1, Preludes and Nocturnes by Neil Gaiman. Yeah, I know I kind of read these backwards, and I should have read this one first. But this does involve how they kind of explain how there was the old DC Comics version of the Sandman, and they explain that the Sandman from this series was kidnapped, and that's why they had that one. So, I did think this was interesting. I did rate this 4 out of 5 stars. It's worth checking out. It does make sense if you read that. After that, I know this is not really a trade or a graphic novel. It is more like an encyclopedia. This is Sandman, King of Dreams. And what this does is this goes over and highlights covers and scenes from each individual issue of the Sandman series. So it kind of, highlights, like I said, the different scenes and covers and artwork and stuff like that. I also rated this one 4 out of 5 stars. It's worth picking up if you're interested in seeing what someone else thought was the best parts of the series. Okay, up next we have Death of Wolverine, The Logan Legacy. This is a newer Marvel book, and it takes place shortly after Marvel decided to kill the Wolverine. I admit that I really thought it was a really shitty ending for the Wolverine. This guy was supposed to be immortal. He was supposed to be ever healing, and he could live forever. And the way Marvel just decided to end him as a character was really shitty. And I noticed a lot of people on Goodreads, that's why they rated this so low, just because of that ending. Set that aside from the Death of Wolverine being bad, I really didn't think that made this a horrible book or a horrible story. This is the legacy of Wolverine, and it takes place from different vantage points of people who were influenced by Logan, the Wolverine. And I thought it gave it interesting, viewpoints to how they all dealt with his death. So, while it was not a great book, I thought it was okay, and it's worth reading if you want to get an in-depth look at, like, Sabretooth and Mystique and Daken and, X-23. I thought it was really good for that aspect, and I rated this 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, up next we have Spider-Man Danger Zone, and this is supposed to be a 50th anniversary special issue of Spider-Man. So, this, of course, like, they did an event where everybody forgot who Spider-Man was, how he revealed his identity in the last Civil War. So, something happened, and he gave up his marriage with Mary Jane, and it made everybody forget that he was Spider-Man. So, this one introduces a new character that gets accidentally turned into a superhero because of Peter Parker, and his name is Alpha. I thought he was really quite an annoying character, and a good half of this has to do with that guy. After that, there are some different issues with the Hobgoblin and the Kingpin, which I thought that was the best part of this book. And the artwork for the Hobgoblin story was really, really good. I won't say too much more about it because I really don't want to spoil it if you haven't read it. But even though this is a 50th anniversary or whatever, issue, it just didn't turn out to be that great. It was just okay, and I only rated this one 3 out of 5 stars. Like I said, the art was better, much better than the story itself. So, yeah, if it just could have been, like, maybe they should have picked, like, better stories to celebrate the 50 years or something. But the Hobgoblin story was the best part of this book. This is where I'm going to end my week in review with Wolverine, Old Man Logan, War Zones. I think this, Volume 0, read the Old Man Logan, story. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. It was interesting to see a much older Wolverine who is just ornery and takes no shit. So it was cool to see this battle world, and of course, being that he is the ornery Old Man Logan, he just knows there's something not right about this battle world. He just thinks there's something not right with Doom being their god. And I kind of have to wonder, because they mention the healing factor over and over again, I wonder if that's why he's not, like, easily swayed into believing this world. I think it's kind of cool how he kind of journeys to other parts of the battle world and interacts with the other people that reside in battle world. It kind of conflicts with his memories of the people that he knew. So I thought and the art is amazing. So, this was a great book. I did rate this 4 out of 5 stars. I do have quite a few more of these Secret Wars books to get through. I have some that I borrowed from the library, and there's just so many of these books total. I did end up, buying, 3 of these on Amazon. I got those in the mail the other day. And, of course, there's so many more. I just plan on trying to track down as many of these as I can. But, yeah, so that is my latest week in review. If you've read any of these, you know the drill. Let me know what you thought of them. If you intend on reading any of these, let me know that, too, as well. And if you have any comic book recommendations, drop those down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time, later, guys.